I think this is going to be like the biggest carrot. Yo, look at this guy. Look at him. You're good for the hummus. Oh, so many.
Let's fill these beds for $74.
Welcome back to Dishes with Dough in the Garden. Today we are filling the veggie beds. Now you may have seen it at the end of the last one, I had them lined up here. But what I think we're going to maybe do is build another bed here. So I've put them side by side, meaning that that one is the one that's just in the sun. I mean, we're not quite into winter yet. The sun will get maybe a little bit lower in the sky. So this one might not quite have full light on it, but this is the way we're going for the minute. Because I'm fully new to this, I have had a little bit of guidance, and we need to make garden bed lasagna. So I need to acquire a few things. In the same spirit of these being made from nothing, I've collected as many things as possible for free. So let's get these bits and bobs out and ready to fill. Okay, we've got our first two ingredients, cardboard and sticks. So what we need to do is get this stuff in the bottom there and some sticks on top of that. Then we need some veggie scraps. We're going to get a little bit of lawn, so I'm going to cut the grass. So we've got some grass clippings and then compost. I've been composting for ages and now it gets to go to good use. So it's just down the back here. I'll dig it out and that will go on top of the sticks with the grass. So let's get building the bottom of these beds. The whole reason why I'm making these is to be able to grow a little bit more food at home. So if you're brand new around here, we're making a kitchen garden. With all the things that are going on in the world right now, there is no better time to learn how to grow food, do it on a budget, and see if we can cut our grocery bill down. Here are the veggie bags I made. Up here is the link to the last video on how to make them. I did them all from heat treated pallets and it was all free. Hopefully all these are the sort of things that we can gather up if you're doing this at home on a budget. The only things that we are going to have to buy here is some topsoil, maybe some mulch, and maybe a little bit of extra compost. We'll see where we get to. Okay, the beds have the cardboard in. Let's go and have a look and see what a bad job I've done of them. Now it's time for twigs and sticks, and the point of these is that they keep moisture in the bottom of the bed. So you want some that are slightly larger, some that are slightly smaller, some that are really broken down. This is what I've been told, and this is what I've got. I've got a collection of sticks that I got from a friend's forest. They're all a bit soft, some are a bit hard. These are going to go in there so that they can create the base layer of our veggie bed lasagna. So let's get them in. That's the wood in. Let's have a quick look at it. As you can see here, some of the logs are a little bit big, so I'm actually going to break this one down with an axe so I can spread it out a little, but a good base. Now we're going to cut the lawn so we can add some green to the bottom. I have to do this properly, including trimming, because this might be the last cut of the year. You know, always do the job properly. Classic, we're out of strimmer stuff. Nothing left on the reel. This strimmer, bane of our life. If there's anyone out there who, you know, makes strippers, makes strimmers, I'm in for a new one. Maybe let me know in the comments down below. What's your favourite strimmer? Because I know mine certainly ain't this one. I just need to get my diagram about how much grass I actually need. Cardboard, 5%. Then we've got logs, 40%. Then we've got twigs, 20%. Followed by plant waste, 25%. That's grass clippings, leaves, kitchen scraps. So I reckon we can probably finish mowing the lawn and then add all of it to the two beds. I'll also show you this little diagram. It's pretty handy.
And once I've cut the lawn, I just need to chop down that large log a little bit because he was pretty big and fat. And
this bit of wood, it just smells like Fiordland, like the Fiordland floor as I'm chopping it up. So that is all the grass clippings and the leaves all in to our lasagna. It's looking pretty yum. And my understanding is that the grass clippings are providing a bit of nitrogen so they can start to break down. But what we need next is some kitchen scraps and the compost. So let's go get it. So here is my top of my compost bin. So this is going to be perfect for kind of kitchen scraps. So we're going to use some of that. So I'll get that in the bucket, and then down there is the compost. So let's get this dug out. What's also great is in this top layer, loads of leaves. So this is also going to be excellent for the compost. So I think what we'll do is we'll take this first and we'll get it in the beds, but we also need to water them before we add this.
So currently in these beds is the cardboard, the logs, the grass clippings, and any of them leaves that got chopped up in that grass clipping. So just giving it all a good water until we add on the kitchen scraps.
There's a worm. I think I might officially be down to my compost layer, so this is exciting. This is actually really great because what I've now seen in this bin is actually two of the corners are really, really dry. So I'm going to scoop out a little bit more, and then the stuff that's left, I'm going to mix it all together, and it's going to be a great base for the bottom of this compost bin. Oh, this is worm central. I think I need a smaller spade. If you have space for a compost bin at home, it's one of the easiest ways to get rid of kitchen waste. You know, anything that you really can't use, into the little compost bin, out to this with some brown leaves, some dry cardboard, lots of stuff like that. And I just relish in the fact that now I've got my own soil. We've got how many layers of this lasagna? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 layers of this lasagna are ready now. Now I just need to get a few more things, but for this I am going to have to buy them. So we're going to need to go to the shops, and I need to buy some topsoil and some mulch. But what I might try to do for the mulch is I might try to use leaves. Not sure if that's the right way to do it or not, but that's what I'm going to go for. And then something to sit on the top, either some pea straw or something like that. Might be today, might be tomorrow, not quite sure. But then our beds will be ready to sit. So all we'll need to do now is give these a quick water, and then it's the other bits. So yeah, there they are. So it's officially about 3.5 days later since the last bit of filming I did. It rained a lot. You can see that these beds are very, very wet. We had about 300 mils of rain, but luckily it's the weekend and the wonderful boyfriend is helping me out. So we're gonna go get some soil and some mulch and see what we can find. Luckily we've got like a green waste in town that do it, so I think it might be cheaper. So we'll soon find out how much it's gonna cost to put soil in these beds. As you can see, this is all the water from the rain we had. So much rain.
10 metres by 2. Let's square metres of that square. 20 metres.
Shovels are ready. Let's get going. So here we are. The beds are now full. We've got all of the compost in them and we just need to put the straw on the top. We ended up getting this from the green waste because it worked out so much cheaper than buying it from the hardware store. This is my boyfriend Brownie. He's going to be the helping hand when we make the next bit. Yeah, we're going to chuck on the pea straw, and the last barrow that we have left, or the last few barrows that we have left, will be to top up these beds. But as you can see, we've filled them up pretty good. We've still got some little snacks left in the garden. We've got a tomato and tarragon. Absolutely delicious. Anyways, we're going to get the straw and put that on, and then we'll carry on with the last bit, which is just sorting out these beds. But that's it. You know, it really hasn't cost much, and we've got a couple of veggie beds here ready to go, and now we're just going to let them settle. I'm going to water them. I'm going to put some seaweed tea on there, and we're just going to let them settle for a couple of weeks, I believe, is what we really need to do. But what we might do in that time is make the cold frames so that we can maybe put some veggies in these to grow this winter. Here's the straw. We're just going to, you know, put a little bit of this on to keep all the soil in there. Yeah, the beetroot. There's a beetroot growing. We'll take you out. Oh, I think this is going to be like the biggest carrot. Yo, look at this guy. Look at him. You're good for the hummus. Look at him. Big old carrot. He's in the veggie bed still. Oh, so many. Yeah. Here's the last little bit of the kitchen bounty that was left from last year. We've got some great carrots and a beetroot, perfect for some hummus and roasted veggies. As you can see, this compost is really quite dark, but it's got lots of bits in it to keep it aerated. And I think usually you should put some topsoil on too, but the topsoil here is just full to the brim of weeds. So the guy at the waste place said it's really not worth it, and they don't actually sell it. And here is the straw, which we're going to dress the top with, and there should be plenty of straw there for these two beds and the existing ones. Make sure you give us a follow, give me a subscribe, always write in the comments down below if you've got any suggestions. And hey, if you're starting your own place to grow veggies in your back garden, also let me know, and make sure that you follow along so you can see step by step how we're doing it.
And now that all that pea straw is in there, we just need to give it all a good water, and I'm going to make a little bit of seaweed tea to pour over it too.
And we're done. So it's time to let them settle. And then we can continue on this wonderful journey of making a kitchen garden. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's been useful. And yeah, let me know. Are you going to start one too? And because it is the most glorious day and it's been raining for the last 5 or 6 days, I'm going to get the laundry and get it out on the line and get it dried in the sun. And also looks like lunch might be ready. One thing that my boyfriend is also excellent at, apart from being a great cook, is making a banging sandwich. What do we got?
Reduced price chicken.
Lovely.
We've got cucumber, onion, red onion, rangion, Dijon mustard, Kewpie mayonnaise.
All right, let's give it a taste.
Smoked cheese, cheddar cheese, lettuce, and slightly toasted bun.
This boy, legend.
I'm hungry.
Okay. See you all later.
If you enjoyed this and want to see how it all unfolds over the next 12 months, the wins, the fails, the lot of it, hit subscribe and come along for the ride. We're going to do a whole thing on a budget. I've got no idea how it's going to turn out, which is exactly why you should stick around.